what are your thoughts about Devon Larratt versus Evgeny Prudnik? Like, you have faced both of them. You know what their strengths are. You know what their weaknesses can be. Who do you think is going to win this match and why?
I don't really. I had never really did actually get a chance to feel Evgeny, um, so I can't really go say much for that. But I do know that my bigger brother is not as humble as I am when we get to the table
Yeah.
when it comes with allowing your opponent to get what they want. So, and like Prudnik is, in my eyes, he was one of the best I had ever felt with manipulation of the grip. But Devon, with the manipulation of the grip, he sets a bar above none, right? So if he feels that your opponent is manipulating in any way, he can up it and up it and up it and up it. So I don't see Prudnik's wizardry working on Devon. And I think we might actually see a real good match and see exactly what happens. But obviously, I'm going with them. Obviously, like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
I I
Like
wanted to
I
ask.
don't think.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something like arm wrestlers always mention that styles make matches. It was a different time. Different styles can have different impact on the super match. But my question is, can a difference in strength that is that much visible in some super matches? I know there is a big time frame between these matches, but do you think that much difference can be ignored? Like, let's talk about the Toddzilla match. Devon is redlining against Toddzilla and he's into his King's move, gets pinned a couple of times. The pin doesn't get called. And when Prudnik faces Toddzilla, who is supposedly better, I know Devon is also has also gotten better since then, but Toddzilla has also gotten better, and Prudnik doesn't even feel Toddzilla. I know there can be a lot of things, and you've already said some things about the setup, like it was good manipulation from Prudnik, but we saw that like there was one moment where Prudnik was easily beating you, and when we see you going up against Devon, Devon is again same redlining. So can that much visible difference in strength, can it be neglected just in the name of the King's move or styles make matches thing?
Mm, yes, no. A lot depends on how a person feeling that day too. Like there's such a small difference between people when you get to that elite level on who can take a match. Like the matter of just getting a little something that the opponent wasn't thinking about, or not getting a good sleep the night before, something happened at home. Like Toddzilla is the type of person where no matter what happens, he will not actually give you any fucking excuses. He's just, well, that's just how it was. He was better than me that day. I gotta get strong. He will not tell you if something is going on in his personal life, if something happened to him. You have no fucking clue, right? So, and to me, it didn't look like that was the Toddzilla that we usually see. Like something just seemed off. Like I don't know what it was. So I don't know if we can really compare that Toddzilla with the Toddzilla that pulled Prudnik. Also, the Toddzilla that pulled Devon, when Devon had pulled him, Devon was about 255 at the time, and Toddzilla was 245 pounds at the time. 240 pounds. Like that was a lot bigger version of Toddzilla than what I believe you've been seeing had pulled Prudnik. And Toddzilla, 245-pound Toddzilla and a 235-pound Toddzilla, there's a huge fucking difference between those two human beings, right? So I don't know. I don't really know, but to me, when I was grabbing on with Prudnik, feeling his hand, you can tell a lot about a person just by grabbing onto their hand. I didn't feel anything absolutely extraordinary or out of this fucking world. Like, holy shit, this guy is a freak. And I do feel somewhat of that when I do grip up with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a difference there, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah, I don't think Prudnik's gonna beat them. I don't think so.
Have you seen the practice pool between them? That was like 1.5 months ago.
Like 6 seconds of it, I think, that everybody else has seen, and that's it. So yeah.
My one question to the arm wrestling elite arm wrestlers: there is this one interaction between the There are guys that are actually arm wrestlers, and then people like me who are not actually arm wrestlers but YouTubers who talk a lot about arm wrestling. Then there are this third party that is just arm wrestling fans. They do not have a YouTube channel or something. I believe guys like me are somewhere in between, kind of a bridge between the communication, getting interviews with arm wrestlers like you. So the question is, I always hear whenever poor guys like me try to make some comparisons from practice pulls, then everyone is like, well, are you silly? Have you ever arm wrestled? It is a practice pull. It doesn't matter anything. And those same elite level arm wrestlers, I'm not going to take any names here. Now they are like, we have seen the practice pull between Prudnik and Devon. Devon is going to kill Prudnik. So like, where is that phrase, practice pulls don't matter? Like, where is it now? Every arm wrestler now somehow believes in practice pulls, that they can mean a lot. What do you have to say about that?
Yes and no. There's a big difference. It all depends on like practice pulls. Like if someone's all of a sudden smashing somebody, it's oh my god, that guy's so fucking strong. But we don't know how long that person was on the table prior to when they got onto the table with that individual, right? So that's where the whole you know what I mean, thing you can't go off of. I think with a lot of people, holy shit, Devon's slowing down Prudnik. I think Devon's got this now is because people are looking at the fact that Devon was arm wrestling every fucking day for 3.5 weeks prior to when he pulled Prudnik.
Still looking comfortable.
How much training or how wore down Prudnik was, we're not sure, but off of anticipation, Prudnik was a lot fresher than Devon because people didn't see 500 videos of Prudnik pulling for 3-4 weeks prior to that. The amount of pulling that Devon had done prior to meeting Prudnik, Devon should have been a fucking bag of mashed potatoes. The fact that beat up of a Devon was still able to show somewhat of a strength level comparable to Prudnik. After that much pulling, it's like, holy shit, what's this motherfucker gonna do if he is healed?
Fresh,
right?
Yeah.
So there's different scenarios, right? Like you got times where they're like, oh my god, look what fucking they just did to Devon. He's got to be fucking, the dude's on the next fucking level. He's the next fucking Brazil. It's unbelievable what this kid fucking did to him. But there was 6 fucking weeks prior to that where the man was on a fucking table 4 hours a fucking day, right? So, you know.
Yeah, I think you summarized it like really amazingly. And I also think that the only problem with practice pulls is that you do not know who is fresh and who isn't. And in this situation, we kind of knew that Devon wasn't fresh. He was pulling for 5-6 hours every day for more than a week, and he still did okay with Prudnik. This is, I think, why it may be a fair assumption on their part that everyone is saying that Devon is going to win this match. And on
for all
Prudnik,
we know, Prudnik could have done 300 fucking wrist curls before Devon walked in, right? But that wasn't on video, right? Nobody's seen that, right?
I agree.
No.
And same thing for Prudnik. The main weapon that he's going to have is probably going to his speed, his explosivity. And in practice pulls, there isn't any explosivity and speed. Like you're kind of easing it into your move. So maybe that can be a negative part on him. So let's see how it goes. My prediction is I'm also thinking that Devon might pull this off because he was so keen on getting this match. Earlier he was saying, yeah, maybe I can make it to East versus West in January. And Evgeny was like, no, you have to come in January. And Devon was like, yeah, I'll try. But as soon as he got this match offered, he heard that Michael Todd is out. Then Devon was immediately like, I want this match. So maybe he clearly felt something that we don't know, and he pulled it off. He's going to East versus West, and I think he's really, really confident that he's going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I think he felt something. He felt the hole in there in the armor. So, but again, like you said, practice pulling, there is no quick snaps, there is no hits, there is no, none of that going on. So, and that's another reason why when you have the controversy, like, oh, you can't go based off after pulling because you don't have the adrenaline level in there. You don't have that quick hit, that quick snap. You got some people on practice pulls, they're all calm, but they get to a table where it's competition time and they're rev right the fuck up, right? So there's different levels of strength where people are when they're practice pulling or they're tournament pulling, right? So just because of the adrenaline levels and everything else that are involved with that too. So